right.
Before this game. Can I stop talking? I can hear you.
Does he need to keep talking? Huh? Welcome to the Liberty North Fieldhouse. Today we have one of the most exciting rivalries in the state of Missouri as the Liberty North Eagles host the Liberty Blue Jays in an interconference matchup. This is the first of 2 scheduled meetings between the 2 teams.
It is, Garrett. And these 2 teams have met 5 times in the past 3 seasons, including 3 straight district championships. So these teams already know each other very well.
They do. And those types of matchups are what get this community so riled up and excited every time they meet.
And boy, do they get excited. And they take it very seriously. I expect the crowd to be a huge factor in this game, and it'll be very interesting to see how it's going to go.
And obviously the matchup is great for the community. But it's also a great game to watch as Liberty North leads the all-time series 3-2. Hopefully we see another close game tonight, and we do believe they will.
And I believe it will, as North has 8 seniors on the team, including all 5 starters, and enter with a 10-5 record, while the Blue Jays enter with a 12-4 record, led by one of the best basketball players in their 128-year history, Jalen Lewis.
No doubt. Jalen Lewis is a special player for them, and he is the all-time leading scorer in Liberty men's basketball history, and a lot of those points come from behind the line.
Yes, they do. And he's hit 186 threes coming into this season, his senior season, including a record 91 in the season. And there's no doubt he will be the main option for Liberty tonight.
And tasked with guarding him for North is senior Robbie Hansen. He has had a great season for North as he is the leading scorer for the Eagles and also one of the best perimeter defenders. And he is chasing a record of his own.
Yes, he is, as he is 33s away from breaking the record for most three-pointers in Liberty North history. And not only has he made a lot of threes, but he is knocking them down very efficiently, shooting a program record 39%.
All right, let's get down to the matchup. Trey, what do the Blue Jays need to do to win tonight?
Well, it all starts with Jalen Lewis. He has to get it going for the offense to work. And when he gets going, other guys like ex-Eagle Tavis Turner can get things going and take the pressure off of him. And when they get going, they can beat just about anybody as they average 67 points per game.
And obviously their offense is huge, but how about defensively? What do they need to do there?
Defensively, they need to make sure to run Liberty North off the three-point line. They can't let their shooters Robbie Hansen, Zane Brown, and Jalen Perry get it going from deep, or it will be a long night.
And then on the other side, what does North need to do to make sure they can defeat the Blue Jays?
Offensively, they just need to play their game and control the pace of the game. If they can slow the game down, get good looks, and protect the ball, and don't give Liberty any extra opportunity, they will have a very good chance. And on the defensive side, they need to make sure to stop Jalen Lewis. Their offense runs through him, and if he gets going, North will struggle as they do not have the scoring power that Liberty does. Finally, they need to create turnovers and run in transition to create easy baskets. The turnover battle is crucial for North tonight.
It definitely is, and we're getting the starting lineups right now. There's Jalen Perry starting for the Eagles tonight, and Caleb Hughes. The student sections are huge tonight, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely. It is great to see the turnout of these student sections. And Liberty North has their theme of Gold Rush, and Liberty has their theme of America, so they're wearing their red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because America and Eagles kind of signed of it, so I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Yep. And as we see these five starters from Liberty North, 4 of them are seniors, and the one that's not a senior is sophomore Jalen Perry.
Yeah, and so that does mean that Zane Brown will be coming off the bench tonight for them.
Yeah, but I think that is a very good look, as he is very talented, and he even leads the team in assists.
We should get the game going right now, but that also means that Perry's going to have to guard one of the starters for Liberty, and it might just be Jalen Lewis sometimes.
Oh, yes, that would be very interesting, as Jalen is a lights-out scorer. Anybody tasked with guarding him is going to have a long night, but if they can slow him down, the Eagles will have great success.
And, I mean, you said it earlier, Liberty has got to run off the Eagles off the three-point line. That is a huge part of their offense, but it's also part of Liberty's.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about Jalen Lewis, how he has a record of threes in a season and in a career, but he also has tied for the record of threes in a game, as he hit 8 in a game last year against Grandview.
And there's the tip, and Liberty looks like they will get it. And that's just one of many records that Jalen Lewis has. Like we said, he is one of the best players in their history.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we're looking at the record book for them, he has many records. He all-time leader in points scored, all-time leader in three-pointers, all-time leader for three-pointers in a season, and he has the most three-pointers in a game, as we talked about.
Interesting judgment or game plan for the Eagles. McCaleb Hughes is actually one guarding Jalen Lewis, not Robbie Hanson. Why do you think that is?
I think that is because of his long arms. And see, Jalen has great success throwing floaters up over people. And with McCaleb's long arms, I think he can get to some of those and block some of those.
And it also could be so to keep Robbie out of foul trouble. He has gotten in there a little sometimes this year, but they need him on the offensive end.
Yep, and Robbie is a great defensive player, but he is someone that they need on both sides of the court. And he may be the best 3-and-D player in the conference. I don't know. That's just my speculation. But if they can get him going, Robbie Hanson, in this game, the Eagles will have great success, as he is the leading scorer on their team this year with 14.6 points per game.
And they also have a great big man down low in Tyson Caffey.
Yep, and he leads the team in rebounds per game with 8.7.
Though, he does get fouled, actually, by ex-Eagle Tavis Turner. He went to Liberty North for 2 years.
Yeah, and Tavis is a great player. He had some struggles here at Liberty North, but once he transferred to Liberty, he really came into his own, and he has really shown his talent through his senior season this year.
There, Tyson does not hit the first free throw. Here's the second, and he bounces back and makes that one.
And Liberty North has struggled a little bit on the free throw line this season, as they only shoot 60.6%. Definitely something they want to improve on.
And that they will. Oh, collision, no foul, and Liberty ball off of Tyson Caffey.
Yep, North definitely has to grab those rebounds.
And that they do. If they want to win this game, they can not allow Liberty to get extra possessions, because extra possessions mean more chances for Jalen Lewis or Tavis Turner to score.
Yep. And any chance Liberty can get to score, they need to take it, because they are a very good offensive team, and they do allow a little more points per game, but they can outscore these opponents, so that is something that does work for them.
Yes. And both these teams, I do believe, average more points than they allow, which would lead to their winning records.
Yep. Both of them have had quite a bit of success this year, as LNHS comes into the game with a 10-5 record, and Liberty comes into the game with a 12-5 record.
And on Tuesday, both teams are coming off different results, as Liberty lost to Park Hill South, I believe.
Yep, Park Hill South.
And North came off after beating Raytown in a pretty, what's the word? I don't know, by a lot.
Yeah, and in Liberty's previous game against Park Hill South, they lost 55-49. That was their first official conference game of the year, so they are 0-1. And North is 2-0 in the conference, and they sit ahead in the conference.
So even if North loses this game, they will, wow, what a great shot by Tavis Turner there.
And Tavis Turner is already off to a hot start against his former team, as he already has 2 baskets.
But going back to what we were just talking about, even if North loses this game, they will still have the lead over Liberty in the conference, since they will be 2-1, as Liberty will be 1-1.
Yep, and this will not be Liberty's first. Well, okay. So Liberty lost or they beat Park Hill South earlier in the season, but that was a tournament championship out in Leavenworth, so that does not technically count as a conference game. So they are 0-1 in the conference after the first official conference game, and they lost against Park Hill South.
What's interesting is both these teams both defeated and lost to Park Hill South.
And both of them, one was in a conference game and one was in a tournament for both of them.
Great move by James Perry, but he cannot finish, and Tavis Turner gets the rebound. Jalen Lewis pushing it up the floor. 3 for number 15, Brock Matson, and that goes.
And he can really shoot the lights out, no doubt.
Jalen's not the only shooter on the team.
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of shooters on the team. They can really spread the floor with any of their guards. Jalen Lewis, Logan Sincha, and Brock Matson, they all can shoot the ball, and they're all very athletic.
And there's a 3 by Robbie, and it is off target, but he is a great shooter, and I'm sure he's going to get at least 1 in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And he is the leader on this team. He leads the team in points, as we already stated. And he's really coming to his own this season.
There's a great effort by Tavis there, and knocks the ball to number 12, Logan Steenstra, I apologize, who gets the layup to fall.
Yep, great move right there. And Liberty's already off to a hot start. What do you think is the reason for the early struggles for the Eagles?
I'm kind of confused by it, honestly. They're supposed to be the more mature team, having more seniors, and I might just be that Liberty might have more experience in this types of games. I mean, Liberty's a very old team too, with 5 seniors, and it just might have been lack of enthusiasm and energy, and Liberty just has shown it so far.
They have been. Liberty has shown that they come out strong early, as also in the girls' game they came out to a 12-0 run. But then, as we did see, Liberty North came back.
Yep, they must be putting something in the water on the south side of town.
I don't know, but let's see if the Eagles make some changes after that timeout.
And it does look like they have subbed in Zane Brown, I believe, for James Perry. So, nope, for Tyson Cathy. So James will move to the 5, and McCaleb will move to the 4.
And as we move forward this game, if you look at the stats for both of the Liberty and Liberty North teams, Liberty North has been in a lot closer of games, as their points spread is a lot closer than Liberty's, as Liberty North averages about 54 points a game, and they give up about 51 points a game. So that is very close. But then Liberty has the largest point spread, as they score 67 points a game and allow 56. So it'll be interesting to see if this game is close, if Liberty North's experience in close games will have a factor.
There's a great finish by McCaleb Hughes. Great pass by James Perry over the top.
And speaking of McCaleb Hughes, his brother, Michael Hughes, is the second all-time leading scorer in Liberty North history, and he has quite a bit of records in his own, as he has the record for blocks in a game. He has a record for the most double-doubles. He's the only player with a triple-double, and he's the all-time leading rebounder.
And that is a lot for McCaleb to live up to. And another interesting thing about Michael Hughes is he played against Jalen Lewis, Jalen Lewis's sophomore year. The district championship actually ended that year on a block by Hughes, blocking Lewis's layup at the buzzer.
Yep, and North won that game 55-54. It was a very exciting game. It was very electric. And Jalen Lewis showed just how good he was that early.
Just like he did right there.
And right there, hitting that deep 3. North needs to stop that, otherwise it will be a long night.
North needs to not let him shoot those 3s. He has very deep range, so even when you think you have him guarded, you still got to be uptight on him, not let him get those shots off. And there's North's Jalen, and Jalen Perry does miss rebound grab by Tavis Turner.
But he will definitely get some more looks like that. You know, Coach McKay of Liberty North wants him to shoot those because when he gets it going, he can be a lights-out shooter, and he's only a sophomore. So getting him some confidence boosters is really big in these games.
And there's James Perry, who knocks down the 3. The senior forward knocks it down for the Eagles.
Now, he has been a force for Liberty North all 3 years he's played. He's been playing since he was a sophomore. He's been a big part of their team this year, as he averages 4.7 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, and 0.5 assists per game.
Yeah, even those stats might not necessarily show it, he's kind of a do-it-all guy for North. Like, he's not just a scorer, he's not just a rebounder, he's not just a passer out of the post. He does it all, and he's really good at it.
And he just shows you how versatile he is right there. He has a really nice pick and pop, really nice screen, not able to hit the jumper, but he will get some more looks like that.
And there's a great charge taken by, look who it is, James Perry.
Yep, great play right there.
It shows a lot of toughness of him to take that charge. It's hard to take those when you know you're going to get hit, but you got to do it for the team.
Yeah, but this Liberty North team really takes pride in their defense, as they do not allow many points per game at just, at just 51 points a game. So they have really shown that they can stop teams on the other side of the court.
And here Tyson Cathy subs back in, as well as we will see the first of C.J. Purcell.
And he's a really bright player. He is very good defender, and they're very excited about what he can do for them on that side of the floor. And he's also a very good scorer.
Yeah, and the coaches said that he had transformed his body in the offseason so that he could help this varsity team. So that just shows the level of commitment that North expects out of their guys, as does Liberty.
Yep, and he's a very good frame. As you can see, he has very long arms. He's tall, so he really has the build for a defensive player.
And a lot of guys on North do have long arms and are built like defensive players, which just happens to coincide with the type of scheme that Coach McCabe wants to run. He stresses defense first.
And as we talk about the athletes on both of these teams, they have a lot of guys who not only excel in basketball, but they excel in other sports, such as Zane Brown. He is a two-sport athlete. He plays right field for Liberty North's baseball team. And they have won, I think, 3 district championships in a row. They've shown that they're very good. And then Robbie Hanson also played baseball, but he quit that 2 years ago to focus on basketball. And that's shown to be a very good decision, as he is very impressive.
He has not decided on where he's going to college after basketball, or even...
And some other players that are multi-sport athletes, James Perry from Liberty North, he plays baseball, and not only does he play baseball, he is committed to play baseball at Crowder University in Nevada, Missouri. And he's been playing since he was a sophomore on both levels, so he is very impressive. And on Liberty's side, they are no slouch of athletes either, as they have Jalen Lewis, who does not play in multiple sports, but he's excelling in basketball. Logan Steenstra, who is a Cowley County baseball commit. Jordan McClellan, who plays football, and then also Tavis Turner. He's attended Liberty North for 2 years.
And Liberty has subbed in sophomore Grant Stubbs. He is a very versatile player, as he has size and can shoot the 3.
Yeah, and then in their previous game, he had 2 points, so he can also put it in the basket, coming off the bench.
And we'd like to tell you guys we are going to be gone for just a second at the end of this quarter. We have to reboot our systems, but we'll be right back. And welcome back. Sorry for that. That we did wrap up the first quarter, and it is 20-6 Liberty. But we should get the second quarter rolling right here in a minute.
Yep. And I do expect it to get a lot closer than it is right now, as Liberty North started off slow in both games. And the average point spread for these games is Liberty North averages 52 points per game in these matchups, and Liberty averages 55, just 3 more. So I do expect this to get a lot closer.
Yeah, and North has come out slow a couple times this year, but they tend to turn it on, and especially after halftime is when they make a lot of adjustments.
Yeah, they have been a very inconsistent team, and that has been one of the struggles for them this year, as they've seemed to start slow in most of their games, and then in the second half really turn up the, it really played better in the second half.
Yeah, and I think that attributes to the leadership that they show, and also the coaching by Coach McCabe. He's a great coach, and halftime adjustments are very important to the game.
And McCabe is he's a very experienced guy, just like the seniors on his team, as he has coached Liberty North all 8 years at the school and has a career record of 128 and 74, including 2 Final Four appearances in state.
And what's interesting is, before he was the coach at North, he was actually the assistant at Liberty.
Yep, under Coach Strites. or excuse me, Coach Sturts.
There's a great move by Jalen Lewis, and the shot does not fall. Rebound grab by Tyson Cathy.
Yeah. Jalen Lewis has really been lethal with that step back jumper that he's had. He's really shown that quite a bit, and it's always gotten him space, always gotten him to be able to put up that shot. That's so good of his.
And something that I've noticed is Liberty has gotten out and ran after rebounds. And they haven't really turned into points yet after a rebound by Tyson Cathy. They're pushing up the floor. But they will later in the game when Liberty North starts to get tired of if they're still running.
Yeah, and one thing I did say that I thought Liberty North needed to do was slow the game down, and it really seems like they're playing at Liberty's pace, because Liberty's really comfortable with that fast pace and that highly offensive game, and Liberty North just kind of seemed to play right into that strength of Liberty.
Yeah, if you're going to play 100 possessions in a game, you're not going to beat Liberty. They can score with the best of them.
Yep, absolutely.
Here, these are the types of possession North needs. Run through your offense, you control the tempo, don't let them force you into bad shots.
Yep, and they have shooters. They have a lot of guys that can shoot. James Perry at the 4 can shoot. Zane Brown can shoot. Robbie Hansen obviously is a lights out shooter. And if they can get any open looks for those guys, they need to do that, and they can take their time with it.
And here subbing in for North is 2 other pretty good shooters, Jalen Perry, the sophomore, and James Perry, who has already knocked out a 3 for North.
Yep. And Jalen Perry has really shown a lot of maturity as a young point guard, as he is only a sophomore, but he seems to be really coming into his own.
And so Zane Brown did start out the season as the starter. It has to be very hard and shows a lot of maturity of Zane to be accepting of Jalen taking over a spot, even though Jalen's 2 years younger.
But I do believe it is a good move by Coach McCabe of Liberty North, as Jalen Perry averages 1 more point per game, and then also just barely 0.2 assists less per game. So Jalen really has shown that he can be a really good player and effective in less minutes. So he wants to give him more minutes to see what he can do there. And Zane is a good player himself, as he does average 4.6 points a game and leads the team with 2.3 assists per game. So it'll be very good. It'll be very interesting to see how that works off the bench in more of a limited role.
I personally think he will thrive in it, as this isn't his first game off the bench, but it was just one to note.
Yep.
And especially I mean, you never know when your game could be your last, and this could be his last one against Liberty. I'm sure it's kind of hard on him to not start it.
Yeah, especially in his senior season after he did start last year.
And it being his last court-warming game.
Yeah.
There's a foul on North, and it is on number 4, Kenyon Van Egden, who has subbed into the game.
And before we get further in the game, do you have a prediction for the final score?
I think North is going to close the gap, and I think it's going to be a really close game. And earlier, having said that North is more experienced in close games, I do think Liberty can handle the pressure, but there's nothing like experience, and so experiencing those types of games, I think Liberty North will pull out the win. I'll say 67-63.
And I'm kind of the opposite of you. I think that from what I've seen right now, Liberty is really doing their thing, and they look very comfortable, and Liberty North looks very uncomfortable. I think Liberty will put up their normal 67 points a game, and I think Liberty North will continue to struggle offensively, and I think they will only put up 51.
So you're projecting semi-blowout.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, as we've seen right now, Liberty North looks really out of it, and they really need to come up with a solution right now.
And I think Coach McCabe will find that solution either with the matchup or something else. But the way Liberty's playing right now, with head coach Roger Sturts, they're playing pretty well, and it's going to be hard for North to come back from this deficit. Yeah,
and Coach Roger Sturts, he's coached Liberty for a long time, and he's really been there for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, same here, and he was the head coach when McCabe was an assistant, so he's been there longer than McCabe's been at North.
Yeah. There's senior Kenyon Van Egden. As we talked about number 4, as we talk about multi-sport athletes, he's also a multi-sport athlete as he plays football and he's a wide receiver.
Yep, he's also the long snapper for the team, so he's kind of playing some interesting positions. As here they have an interesting lineup on the floor with 3 bigs and Kathy, James Perry, and Van Egden.
Yep, and right there, as I talked about, Liberty North really needs to limit those turnovers in easy baskets, and they just gave up an easy basket to Liberty.
That was a great job by number 23, Ian Jacobs, running and finishing with the contest by Purcell.
And really good defense down low right there from Tavis Turner.
Yeah, and that's not a shot that North wants. They don't want Kathy doing a turnaround hook shot, not being able to see the basket.
Yep, they have to be more patient than that.
And look at that. That was a great charge taken by Van Egdem, who knows his role on the team.
Yep, he knows that he is a very talented player. He kind of has limited minutes, but he's really stepped into that role and embraced it.
He definitely has, and he's taken he's made the most of his minutes.
Yep.
And McCaleb Hughes comes back into the game. Coach McCaleb seems to be trying to give him a little more rest as he is tasked with guarding the best player for Liberty in Jalen Lewis.
Yep. And Jalen Lewis, really, they've done a good job of slowing Jalen down. He only has a couple baskets. But I do think that Jalen will kind of get hotter in this game as Liberty North has really struggled on defense and offense so far in this game.
And that's the type of matchup that North wants right there. They have sophomore Grant Stubbs, who, although he is tall, is no match for the 6'6" Tyson Cathy, senior.
They have a great job of drawing the foul.
And it looks like North will be in the 1-and-1, so Cathy will have a chance to hit 2 free throws to cut the lead. And he makes the first. The score is now 7-22. There are 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
And there, Tyson does hit the second one. But as we talked about, Liberty North, free throws have not really been their strength. They need to improve. They need to convert those opportunities at the charity stripe, as Tyson did right there.
They do, and typically if you make more of your free throws, that's going to help you win games. Things that help you win and things that win high school basketball games are defense, rebounding, and free throws.
Yep.
There's a pull-up by Hansen on a fast break, and he misses. Scrum for the ball. Looks like it'll be a jump ball. Actually, timeout for Liberty.
And another one. Another Liberty North, just quick shot. They're forcing it up. They need to take their time. They need to get better shots than that.
Not only that, but Liberty seems to be out-rebounding them tremendously in this game. North needs to capitalize on their size and start rebounding the ball more.
Yep. And it seems like Liberty has really dominated in every facet of this game thus far. What does Liberty North have to do?
They just need to slow down, I think. Just take a deep breath and realize, hey, guess what? We can still come back from this. We've been in this type of situation like they were against Park Hill South. That was a great comeback that game. They just need to play their game and slow the game down.
And here we have Tavis Turner, number
24.
24 for Liberty, not number 1. Sorry. He has 8 points so far in this game. He's really shown that he does care about his former school. He wants to put up numbers against them.
Most definitely, and he's a great complement with Jalen Lewis at point.
Yeah, and Liberty really has everything in their starting lineup, as they have players like Jalen Lewis, who can shoot the lights out. He's only 5'9", and then players like Tavis Turner, who really can get rebounds and score down low. He's 6'5".
And they also have great shooters in Sternstra and Brock Matson, who are both 6'3" and 6'5".
And Logan Steenstra, there was a video I saw the other day of him dunking on a Staley defender. That just shows his great athleticism.
And there's a shot knocked down by sophomore Grant Stubbs.
Great shot right there from him. Young player. If he can get some more shots like that, he's really confident, some more confidence boosters like that, he could really go off in this game.
There's a great finish by North's James Perry. And quick down the floor and a 3 for Liberty. North has got to run them off the three-point line if they want to stay in this.
Yeah, Liberty's really had success in everything they've done. They're dominating the boards. They're dominating the three-point line.
There's another basket for North, this time by Hughes. If North can keep scoring like this, all they need is some stops.
And the score right now is 28-12 Blue Jays. And Liberty North really, once again, they've really seemed to just play to the strengths of Liberty as they have really played with them with the pace of the game. They haven't seemed to try to slow the game down and get better shots. They've been forcing up shots. They've been letting Liberty get quick looks.
And when they have slowed the game down, they've actually been successful, either getting a foul called on Liberty or making a basket of their own.
Yep.
Here they will go to the line again as they're in the 1-and-1. Robbie Hansen will be at the free throw line, which is the #1 person that North wants there.
Oh yeah, he is a very good shooter from everywhere around the court. He's a good mid-range shooter. He's a good three-point shooter, and he's a good free throw shooter. So let's see what he can do at the line here.
It will be a 1-and-1 opportunity, so we'll see what happens on the first. And he does miss, a rare miss for him.
Liberty North really needs to convert those opportunities if they want to get back in this game. As right now, they're shooting 50% from the free throw line. They're just 2 for 4.
And there's a 50-50 ball that North could have gotten, but that they tipped out of bounds and goes to Liberty. They do need to convert on the 50-50 balls if they want to win as well.
And Jalen Lewis got a look that he likes there, that floater. He's really been good with that shot, but not able to convert it there.
Yeah, that's typically a shot that he makes, and even North fans are surprised when he misses that. Great screen set by James Perry there at the top of the key. And now there's a look that they want. They have Jalen Lewis on James Perry. Great move, and cannot get the finish.
Looks like there's an offensive foul called on Liberty North. So Liberty will take over.
And Liberty North cannot afford to waste offensive possessions. Even though that is a foul, it's still a turnover which they cannot allow.
The struggles just continue for Liberty North. They really need to find something if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, somebody has to take over for them, and I would not be surprised if that player is either Robbie Hansen or Tyson Cathy.
And if I had to predict someone to take over for them, I would definitely think that it would be Robbie Hansen. As looking at the NKC tournament where they placed 5th, Robbie had team high 21.3 points per game in their 3 games. Very impressive.
Placing 5th was because they lost in the first round, and they bounced back and won their last 2 games. Excuse me.
Yep, including a game in overtime against Truman where they scored a Liberty North record in points, 80 points, and an 80-71 win.
And they had 47 points in the paint there, including Caleb Hughes' 25 points and 12 rebounds.
Yep, and Tyson Cathy had 18 points and 14 rebounds. So they definitely have shown in games that they can put up points, just not very consistently. And if they want a scoring outburst, they need it right now.
And there's a free throw, 2 free throws hit by Liberty. And North will have the ball out of bounds, down by 18 with 1:25 left.
Here's Jalen Perry walking the ball up the court. He really seems to be getting a lot of responsibilities on his team. Why do you think that is?
I think it shows that Coach McCabe feels that he's very mature, and I'm kind of surprised that he felt like he should take the ball up the court instead of senior Zane Brown, who's been in that role for multiple years. And there's a great defensive play by Liberty, not allowing Robbie Hansen a free look at the hoop, and they get out running and a foul on North.
Yep. Great job to get foul call right there from number 23, Ian Jacobs.
And he will go to the line for a chance at 2.
This will be Liberty's second trip to the line thus far in the night.
And one thing North cannot afford to do with the score this like this, they cannot afford to get into foul trouble. They need guys like Hughes and Cathy and Hansen in the game.
Yep, especially as they look to close this deficit. If they don't have their key players in, there's about a 0% chance that they can make a comeback.
Yeah, they most definitely need them in to pull this off. As number 23, Ian Jacobs, goes 1 for 2 from the line. There's Robbie Hansen for 3, and he knocks it down.
Great shot right there from Robbie Hansen. He's struggled so far in this game, and I think that is his first basket of the night.
But that one shot could get him going.
Yep. Hopefully for Liberty North, he's someone that they really need to get going.
And not only that, but when he gets going, it seems like the entire team catches fire.
Yep, he's definitely a spark for this offense.
Looks like the Blue Jays are holding for the last shot here.
Smart tactic. Don't let Liberty North get another shot off.
And they will call a timeout. Going over the play here to And who do you think they're going to go to here?
Oh, no doubt, it'll be Jalen Lewis.
Yeah,
He can score from anywhere on the court. He can hit that floater as we talked about, and he can hit deep three-pointers. There's really nowhere he can't score.
I would not be surprised if they run a pick and roll with him and Tavis Turner and give Turner the option on a pick and pop for our throwback.
And taking a look at Coach McCabe, this is his 8th year, as we've stated, 128 and 74 record. He's a vice principal here at Liberty North. Everybody seems to love him.
Yeah, and one unknown fact about him is Coach Cave has a really nice shoe game.
Oh, yes. As like he comes in these gold Jordan sneakers, wearing a suit. All the players really love that.
Yeah, that's just shows how they can. That's another way that they can connect with their coach.
Yeah, great to see coaches connecting with their younger players.
No doubt about that. And Liberty will be inbounding the ball, probably still holding for the last shot. I would anticipate they don't run a play until at most 12 seconds left.
It'll be interesting to see what play they drop, if they let Jalen Perry get a shot off or if they use him as a decoy to try to get someone else the ball.
And it looks like he lost the ball, throws back to Turner. Robert Rowley with the shot, and he misses. They do, however, get the rebound at the buzzer, nothing.
And that'll conclude the first half. It has not been such a close game thus far, but we do expect it to come closer, as Liberty has a 31-15 advantage over Liberty North. What do you think the reason for that is?
Just the energy that Liberty has came out of, and they've controlled the pace of the game. If you control the pace, you control the game.
Yep. And Liberty North has really not found their own in this game. They haven't had any guys that have gotten a lot of points. They haven't had guys that can dominate the boards. They've, as you said, they've really been playing into Liberty's game.
And as you said, the boards, Liberty has been dominating on that end, and North has to do that if they want to come back. And now we are going to be presenting the homecoming courtwarming, not homecoming, I apologize, courtwarming queen candidates and winner.
And our first courtwarming queen is Emily Dillman. Emily is the daughter of Jennifer and Timothy Dillman. Emily has been a member of Golden Girls and is currently serving as a team captain. She has also been involved in Link Crew, Key Club, the Educational Internship Program, Educators Rising, HSOA, Yearbook, and the A+ program. Outside of school, Emily has taught at Studio 10, participated in charity performances, and volunteered at Harvesters, Soup Kitchen, and at a vacation Bible school. After high school, Emily plans on minoring in business and majoring in dance at the UMKC Conservatory. Emily is being escorted tonight by Timothy Dillman.
Our second courtwarming queen candidate is Mackenzie Eklund. Mackenzie is the daughter of Jennifer and Dan Stephen Eklund. Mackenzie has been involved in newspaper, DECA, basketball, and student council, where she was involved in the Region 6 Vision Conference. Outside of school, Mackenzie volunteers at Vacation Bible School. She is also a member of UMKC's Honor Society. After high school, Mackenzie plans to attend UMKC's Honors College to obtain her doctorate of pharmacy. Mackenzie is being escorted tonight by Stephen Eklund.
Our third courtwarming queen candidate is Tamia Emerson. Tamia is the daughter of April and Carl Emerson. She has participated in basketball, track, and student council. Tamia was volunteered at a canned food drive and has read to third graders at Mark Twain Elementary School. After high school, Tamia plans to play basketball or run track in college. Tamia is being escorted tonight by Robbie Hansen.
And our fourth courtwarming queen candidate is Emily Fuller. Emily is the daughter of Frank and Kathy Fuller. Emily has been involved in StudCo and is currently serving on the Executive Council as historian. Emily has participated in cross country, Educators Rising, newspaper, and is a student ambassador. Emily volunteers for Feed the Homeless, is the head of Liberty North StudCo's Polar Plunge, helped with StudCo's Region 6 Vision Conference, and spent time at North Kansas City as an unpaid nurse intern. After high school, Emily plans to study nursing at Missouri State University. Emily is being escorted tonight by Kathy Fuller.
Our fifth court woman queen candidate is Jordan McHugh. Jordan is the daughter of Paige McHugh, Noah, and Darren Noah. Jordan has been involved in Golden Girls, DECA, sports marketing, NHS, speech and debate, and the educational internship program. Outside of school, Jordan has been involved in Studio 10, volunteered at Hodge Park, and worked for the Royals over the summer in their control room. After high school, Jordan plans to attend Bradley University, where she will study sports communication. Jordan is being escorted tonight by Darren Noah.
Please give a round of applause for our 2018 Court Woman Queen candidates.
With us tonight to perform the crowning is our 2017 Court Woman Queen, Lindsay Downey. Lindsay is attending the University of Arkansas, where she is studying kinesiology. What now?
And the Court Woman Queen is Tamia Emerson. She's a basketball player she is actually the only senior basketball player on the women's basketball team. Congratulations to me on being named 2018 Liberty North Court Woman Queen.
What next? I feel like they don't even pay attention to us.
Right. All right, welcome everybody to our Coach's Corner. Thank you, Trey and Garrett, for giving us a great first half analysis. We will be back with them for the start of the second half. But here with me today, I have Coach Osborne and Jarrett Sutton of the SEC Network. Thank you guys for joining me. So what do you guys think about Liberty North's slow start? What do you think they can improve on in the second half?
Yeah, Zach, it seemed like the Eagles came out and really wanted to play slow and possess, but they really struggled to score, and the Blue Jays just kind of came out hot and jumped up to a lead, and you almost saw the Eagles force some tough shots. They were ready for us. We just had a hard time kind of getting in the offense, and all of a sudden we were down, 10, 13 points.
Yeah, it was quick. I thought Liberty had a lot of energy starting the game out. They kind of punched Liberty North in the mouth to start the game. Liberty North, they run good offense. They run good sets, but they're not looking at the rim. They're more looking at dribble handoffs, dribble weave, which is the play they run. But they weren't looking at the rim, and they had opportunities to go attack. Get to the free throw line is important. They didn't shoot enough free throws. Robbie, good to see him hit a three to close the half. He's got to be aggressive. They got to throw the ball inside and just start attacking more. Try to create more contact and get to the line.
Yeah, so you were talking earlier how they were just kind of shooting. Do you think the nerves have a big play a big role in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, a game like that, and this environment, it's hostile. I love that. But I thought there were some nerves for sure. Particularly Liberty came out, and I felt like they just played free, and I thought Liberty North played tight. That's a huge piece of the first half for me. I thought Liberty North got a little confidence towards the close of the end of the first half, but I like the adjustment Coach McCabe made too, and I want to see if they do this in the second half. We're doubling the point guard and doing a nice job on Jalen of coming out, doubling, forcing him to the half-court line, trying to force some turnovers, because that's what Liberty North is going to have to really pick up in the second half.
Yeah, and it seems like it's an electric atmosphere, and almost like the Liberty student section fed off that big girls win, and that kind of almost carried into the boys win, where it just seemed like it was rocking already for the Blue Jays to start. And so we got to kind of survive that punch and get back into it. And then, seeing Jalen Lewis for Liberty, kind of coming out early and scoring, and then I thought the Eagles did a nice job containing him and slowing him down, and forcing some other guys to beat him, and I think that's going to be really important going forward.
And Tyson Cathy's got to make himself a presence too on the inside, both sides of the floor, both two ways, defensively and offensively. He had opportunities I think he missed a baby hook early on, and then it's almost like he lost that confidence. That might be nerves too.
Yeah.
So continue, I think Coach McCabe will address that. Stay aggressive, keep your foot on the gas, try to get back in this game.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh,
Zach.
sorry. You were talking about nerves. There's probably 1,500 people in there. I don't think these guys are really used to playing with this many people watching. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure on them. But let's start talking about Liberty North's Jalen Perry. What are your thoughts on his first half?
So the point guard for the Eagles,
Yeah.
it's he's an electric shooter. He's kind of the spark plug for the offense, and it seems like they were ready for him and really kind of forced some hard shots. He didn't get many shots up. I don't know how many times he shot the ball, but it didn't seem like many times. Between him and Robbie, they really kind of took away the Eagles' outside threat, and so that's making it really hard for us to kind of score. If we're going to get back in this game, it's going to probably take some threes to really turn the momentum, both with the crowd and just in terms of with the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think with Jalen too, the side ball screen pick and roll that they were doing, there was a play in the first quarter where he had an easy attack and a lay-in, and he passed it up to kick out for a three-point shot, and he had a wide open layup. There is such a thing as being too unselfish, which I thought he was a little too unselfish in the first half. I think he needs to continue to be aggressive, look for a shot more, as opposed to within their offense, the side pick and roll, the action that they were running. I felt Liberty North didn't look at the rim enough, where it's triple threat, look to score first before you make a pass, look to attack. There's opportunities Liberty North just passed up in the first half.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And it seems like some of the Liberty North seniors, we always talk about them being leaders, but it seems like the younger players, like sophomore Jalen Perry, have been the ones marching through this game. What do you say?
Yeah, well, it's really hard in a big game like this. I feel like seniors will put a lot of pressure on themselves to maybe play bigger than they have to, and just kind of feel the crowd in the moment, and that's hard. It's for a lot of these, or for these seniors, it's maybe the last time they'll ever play a game like this in Liberty North Fieldhouse, and so that can be an emotional thing, and sometimes it can be too emotional, where you get yourself maybe too amped up, or maybe kind of mess with your mojo a little bit.
Yeah, I think for me it's all focus, and I would call it pause for poise, which just is a time when you get on the floor. The crowd's involved, student sections are in this game. Just relax, and really understand what you're out there for and stay focused. I thought there were times where Coach McCabe was pretty upset because I don't think they were executing like he wanted them to execute. A lot of breakdowns, so that'll be an adjustment to look for in the second half. But just come out and be under control and not try to do too much, not try to force shots, which we touched on earlier. Play within the structure of your offense. They run good offense, they run good sets, but they're just not, I think, dialed in yet, and hopefully they get that in the second half.
Yeah, it seems like going forward in the second half, too, they need to maybe turn them over a little bit to get some points and get going.
Yeah, they're going to have to get stops. Defense is the key to get back in the game, for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. So thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. Make sure you stay tuned in for the second half, as we're about to get started right here.
Welcome back to the Liberty North Fieldhouse. Thank you, Zach, and the coaches for that Coach's Corner. We're going to get the second half rolling in about 30 seconds here.
And so far in this game, it has not been close as there's a 16-point deficit. What do you think North has to do to get back in this game?
Well, as the coaches said, it all starts with their defense, and they also have to control the tempo of the game. They need to be the team that dominates every facet of the game to come back in this.
Yep, and Liberty North really has to get it going here.
They absolutely do, and one thing that I haven't really noticed is the crowd effect. I thought the crowd was going to have a major impact. Yeah.
I think the crowd did have a major impact, but not as much as we could see. I don't think it really affected Liberty too much. I think it affected Liberty North, as it kind of seemed that they kind of shriveled down, and they weren't playing their game there in the first half. It'll be interesting to see what Coach McCabe had to say to them in the locker room there at halftime, and what effect it will have on their players.
Yeah, and we'd like to thank our sponsors for helping us with this game as we get the second half started here.
And as Liberty has really shown that they're the more dominant team so far in this game, what do you think that Liberty's done that makes them so successful so far?
Oh. Sorry, that was a great play by McKillop Hughes. That was a great defensive play, and that's what North needs to do. They need to get out and run, get out in transition. I'm kind of surprised by Tyson Cathy there. May have affected the shot from going in. But we would like to thank Niles Media.
North Nation Sports Game of the Week is produced in part by Niles Media Group, supporting educational broadcast excellence in our community.
And here McKillop Hughes with the free throw attempt, and he does miss the first one.
Liberty North wants to get back in this game. They have to be better from the free throw line. But North Nation Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, serving communities all over the Northland and in Liberty at 5 Victory Lane.
Here, point guard Jalen Lewis is coming up, and there is a great layup and attack by him.
And that's a great attack by Jalen Lewis, great move. But Liberty North cannot be giving up easy opportunities like that.
And they cannot. If they want to get back in this game, they have to contest every shot and not give any free lanes to the basket.
And he is already such a lights-out shooter and scorer. If he gets easy buckets like that, there's no telling what he can do.
And the same goes for the North player who just missed there, Robbie Hansen, but he has not been able to get that going tonight.
It looks like he's really just been forcing up shots. He's not been taking shots that he normally takes, and he's been missing shots that he normally makes.
And Tavis Turner does not take his 18-footer, which he has been able to knock down tonight.
Yeah, he's been very effective at down low tonight, but not able to get that one to go. But they do want him to get more opportunities like that.
Here they run an out-of-bounds play for Jalen Lewis, and he gets a three-point look off of it. Does not make it, and there's a great rebound by Tyson Cathy holding off the Liberty defender.
Yeah, Jalen's showing a lot of confidence right there with that deep three-pointer. And a risky pass from Jalen Perry, but a great move by James Perry, spinning and winning at the hoop. Nice play.
That was a great spin move by him, and they need somebody to get it going, and I think James Perry might be the one to step it up.
Oh, there's no doubt. He can get it going for them.
His nickname at this amongst the team is Flame On, so maybe they're hoping he can get hot.
Yep, they need someone to spark a fire for them, and no better player than him, as he has a lot of experience. Been playing since he was a sophomore. He's been on teams that two teams that have, or excuse me, one team that's won district and gone further on. So he has been a part of a lot of success, but they're not having a lot of success right now.
Yes, and he has been part of all three North teams that have defeated Liberty.
Yeah, as his freshman year, they beat Liberty in that district championship, that first one. The very first game.
And great take by McKillop Hughes to the rack, and he gets it to go. That is the type of stuff that Liberty North needs if they want to get back in this game and have any chance at winning.
Yep. If they can get easy opportunities like that, they need to convert them just like they did there.
And we talked earlier about how McKillop's brother, Michael, was a great player for Liberty North. Maybe some would argue even the best in their history. But McKillop has also been a great player for them.
Ask me what each team is doing to get that.
Trey, what do you think each team's need to do Liberty to keep their lead and North to make sure that they can come back.
Well, I think for Liberty, they need to keep doing what they're doing. They're doing a great job running the floor. They're forcing turnovers, and they're running their offense the way they want to, and they're forcing North to do things they don't want to do. And for Liberty North, they need to get back into their game. They are really playing what Liberty wants, and they need to stop forcing up shots. I've seen a lot of shots so far that the players aren't very comfortable taking. Forced turnaround jumpers, like forced shots in the paint. Liberty North really needs to get the shots that they want, and if they can get shots that they want to fall, I think they have a good chance to get back in this.
Like that shot there, that's Macaleb Hughes can make an open three, but I don't think they want him taking that shot necessarily. What a play!
Wow.
That is a great play by Tyson Cathey, coming over and saving the layup attempt by Jalen Lewis.
And you see, Macaleb Hughes was very pumped up for his teammate right there. As he was stomping on the court, he was very excited. That just shows how much these guys are really team-oriented.
And he has done that before, the classic floor stomp from Macaleb Hughes.
A great play from a great player. And Tavis Turner with a nice...
There's a loose ball, and North needs to come up with those if they want to come back. It will be Liberty ball inbounding it, and they get it out up to Jalen Lewis.
And Liberty North has had a little more success so far in this quarter. Oh,
what a shot.
And a great shot right there from number 15, Brock Matson, as he can knock down those jumpers quite effectively.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that he's hit one that deep today, but he has hit some threes today.
And throughout the season, he has shown that he can score and that he can shoot lights out. Jalen Lewis is not the only scorer on this team.
And definitely not even the only shooter on the team.
Absolutely.
Great take to the rack by Robbie Hansen, and he does finish. And Kenyon Van Egdom has already subbed into the game for James Perry.
Yeah, fantastic finish right there from Robbie Hansen. They really want him to get going.
And they need him too if they want to get back in it. Great charge taken by Kenyon Van Egdom. Once again, that's his second charge taken tonight.
Yep, just another player that knows his role and is willing to do something that's for the greater good of the team.
Yeah, he will give up his body, as will all of these players for the team. It looks like Tavis Turner has been taken out for Liberty, as that may have been his third foul.
And Tavis Turner is a guy that Liberty really wants to not be in foul trouble, because they really need him as we come down the stretch of this third quarter.
Yeah, he's the almost perfect complement to Jalen Lewis at point. Great take to the rack by C.J. Purcell, and one, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, very nice finish right there from C.J. Purcell.
And although he does not get a lot of minutes, he is very effective when he's in the game.
Yep, another player embracing his role off the bench. For sure, he will start next season, and they are very excited about what his future holds here in Liberty North.
Yeah, with him and Jalen Perry, excuse me, they will be very good in the backcourt, next year.
And as we talk about how many seniors they have, they will be a very young team next year.
They absolutely will, and it will be impressive to see, or interesting, I should say, to see what Coach McCabe can do with that squad.
Yep. And Liberty is also a very experienced team. They have 8 seniors on their team, including their whole starting 5.
And they're two very similar teams, and obviously this was a great basketball age group in the city of Liberty.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Liberty North seems to be having a little more success, as they have cut the lead to 11 points.
And that is impressive. And as we said earlier, halftime adjustments are huge in basketball, and obviously Coach McCabe made the right ones to come out strong in the third quarter.
Yeah, and we've seen Liberty North come out at halftime strong twice so far today, as the girls came out really strong in the second half.
They did. They came back down from a 15-point lead. Let's see if the boys can do the same, come back down from 14.
And great effort after the missed rebound from Grant Stubbs.
Yeah, and North can't allow that to happen, and the ball remains with Liberty. They can not afford to not block out on a free throw shooter.
Yep, that's just basic fundamentals. And a huge mistake, especially when you're down by 12.
There's a deep shot by Jalen Lewis and does not get it to go, but just showing how comfortable he is with that tells you what kind of range he has.
Yeah, he definitely has range, but he's only hit 1 3-pointer thus far in the game.
But
So
that
maybe
one
he
was
needs to
deep
tone
as
those
well.
down.
Yeah, but he's a confident player, and their offense does run through them, so they're okay with them shooting those.
Yep. But if I was Liberty right now, I would be a little more picky in my shot selection and maybe run the clock out a little more, as they do hold a 12-point lead.
That would most likely be the smarter play, but when you have a player as special as Jalen Lewis, I think you're okay with him taking some, not great shots, I should say.
And a great make right there from sophomore Jalen Perry from Liberty North.
Yeah, that was a great shot. It was contested. It was right off a screen, pull up, great shot. And senior Brock Matson comes right back with a deep three.
Yep, talking about his range earlier. Another player for Liberty that can shoot. There's a lot of shooters on both of these teams.
And just when North thinks they can get back in it, Liberty comes up with a huge spot. And Jalen Perry taking it to the rack.
Impressive stuff right there from Jalen Perry. We all know he is not the tallest guy, but he just shows mind over matters. He gets to the hoop and finishes over the taller defender.
And as the coaches point out in the coaches' corner segment, he had passed up on the open look earlier as Brock Matson gets another one, little back and forth right here between Matson and Perry. But so far you've seen that Jalen Perry has been more selfish, not selfish, but been more aggressive in taking the shots that he knows he can make.
Yeah, and they definitely want him to be aggressive. And another guy that they want to be aggressive, Robbie Hansen, with a nice finish at the hoop. He's really come on a lot stronger here in the second half.
Yeah, their offense needs to stay aggressive if they want to get back in this, but they also need to be aggressive defensively and not allow Liberty to get shots like that.
Yeah, and a great finish from Liberty.
Yeah, that was their varsity running back, actually, Robert Rowley, right there.
Yeah, he's a great player. And Jalen Perry throws up a three, and he drains it.
He is feeling it right now.
Yeah, he has a lot of Liberty North's last couple baskets in the last couple minutes, and he cuts the lead to just 10.
Yeah, he has 7 of their last 9 points with that three right there.
Yep. Impressive display of shooting right there from Jalen Perry.
And there's a great job by North. Even though they did not come up with the ball, it goes out of bounds off of Liberty, so they will get possession.
Yeah, Brock Matson got a little too confident in himself and turned the ball over.
Let's see if they go back to Perry here for North.
And I bet they will. He's really feeling it right now.
It looks like they're going to set a double screen for him. Nothing going, though.
Some good defense from Liberty as they deflect the ball out of bounds.
Yep.
Looks like McCaleb Hughes will inbound the ball for Liberty North. Let's see what they draw up.
Looked like they were trying to get a lob to Tyson right there, but it does not work out, but he takes it to the rack himself and misses.
Another time where he's forcing the ball inside and forcing up a shot and not able to get it go.
That was a great rebound by Rowley as well. And there's a shot from Lewis that does not go in, and Jalen Perry comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, and it looks like North is kind of letting him shoot at this point, as he has not been very efficient today.
Hansen for 3 on the kick up from Perry. No good, but Kathy comes up with the rebound. Right back to Hansen, and it gets to go.
Risky pass right to Hansen, but he is able to get it away from the defender, and he finishes with a strong layup at the basket.
High risk, high reward there, as they have cut the lead to just 8 now.
Liberty North showing that they can make a comeback, and this is nothing new to them, as they have a lot of comebacks in second halves.
And this should be the last possession of the third quarter, as Liberty looks to wind down the clock and get the last shot. And that is not a good shot for them, as Tyson Cathy knocks it away. McCaleb Hughes at the buzzer, no good.
Very impressive display of scoring there in the third quarter from both teams, specifically Liberty North, as they cut the lead from 16 to just 8. They cut it in half. What do you think is the reason for that?
I think they executed offensively very well. They started taking good shots, and they also got to run a little.
But before we talk a little bit more about that, let's talk about some of our sponsors. Parents, the PTA at Liberty North is the Eagle Club. Get involved with your kids' education today at North Nation with Eagle Club. And what do you think has been a little more, why do you think Liberty struggled a little bit more there in the third quarter?
I think you have to attribute it all to Liberty North and the play of McCaleb Hughes. as they played great defensively and came up with the 50-50 balls and a lot more rebounds in that quarter.
Seemed like the ball really rolled their way there in the third quarter, as it really did not in the first half at all.
No, the ball did not go through the hoop. It wouldn't bounce to. It was bouncing right to Liberty, but sometimes you got to make it up yourself, and they did that quarter.
Yep, and you know the crowds are the student section and the fans are all very excited for what this fourth quarter has to hold, as Liberty North has all the momentum right now with an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, but I would not expect that momentum to hold up necessarily, as both crowds play a part in that momentum, and there's really not much home court here, as both student sections have showed out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the way this fieldhouse works, that both sides kind of have both teams can have equal student sections, and Liberty really showed out in this away game.
Here, we'll get the fourth quarter started, and what do you think North needs to do to make sure they can come back from this?
I think that they need to continue what they did in the third quarter, obviously, and they needed to play their game and get good looks and get Jalen Perry the ball.
And they did. He kicks it out to Zane Brown for the three. Great shot by Zane Brown, who, it's kind of ironic that Perry passed him the ball as Brown passed him the starting role.
Yep, but another player for Liberty North that embraces their role, and he cuts the lead to just 5 points.
And he steps out, and North basketball. Great defensive play right there by Tyson Caffey.
And we have ourselves a game, folks.
We absolutely do. 5 points with 7 minutes left. Great game. Great comeback by Liberty North. What do you think Liberty has to do to stop this comeback and make sure they come out with the dub?
I think they need to stop Jalen Perry. This man has set up everything. As you see, he just got the assist on a three-pointer to Zane Brown. He's really shown out here in the second half.
Yeah, he is attributed to 10 points in the second half, and what a play right there. Low pass. Caleb Hughes comes up with it and gets the bucket, cuts it to a one-possession game. First time since Liberty was up 4-0.
Yep, Liberty North has not led in this game, and that is McCaleb's 6th point of the game.
And here's where Liberty North has thrived in the second half, and as I say that, they get an easy look, but Liberty North had been playing really good defensively up until that point.
And that was a big basket from Liberty to just kind of stop the momentum of Liberty North. And a very good look to senior Tavis Turner as he gets an easy layup off of a very nice feed.
And I'm unsure of what happened right here, but we have a stoppage in play. Looks like the ref is talking at the scorer's table. As it looks like, I believe James Perry is subbing back into the game.
There's some confusion out on the court.
It looks like it. What do you think has attributed to Jalen Perry's success? What has he done?
I think he got a couple of early baskets, and that really kind of got him a feel for what was going on in this game. He's not playing a lot of big games, especially not a game as big as this, playing their crosstown rivals. And after he got a couple baskets, he got an easy layup, and then he made another shot after that. It was just bombs away for him.
Yeah, and this is his first varsity matchup against Liberty, and I cannot imagine the nerves that he has gone to, but he has done a great job of not showing those nerves.
Oh, he never shows nerves. He is cool as the other side of the pillow.
There's a backdoor cut by Perry, and I do not believe that fell, but he will be going to the line for two, as that is a foul on Liberty's Jalen Lewis.
And a fantastic lead pass.
Yes.
And great play from Jalen to draw the foul.
Yeah, and that'd be huge if North can find a way to, I'm not sure that he is in foul trouble, but get Jalen Lewis in it, because if he's out of the game, it's not good for North.
Yeah, that would be catastrophic for Liberty. And their Jalen Perry misses his first free throw. And as we've repeated throughout this game, Liberty North has not been very good at free throws.
No, they have not done as well as they would like so far tonight, and I believe that will be a stress point tomorrow.
Yep. But I think a stress point for Liberty is they've only gotten to the foul line twice.
Yeah, they have not gotten there much, and North has just done a great job of not fouling shooters and not fouling enough to get them into the bonus.
Yep, they do a great job of playing very physical and aggressive, but not playing too aggressive.
Right, and I think that's from experience and just great defensive players with long arms and great athleticism.
Yep. And every single player on that court can play defense for Liberty North.
great move by Zane Brown, but swatted away by Liberty's Logan Steenston.
A great play.
And taken right back by McCaleb Hughes, who's pushing it up the court.
The big man handling the ball, and that just shows that he is not a ball handler as he turns it over. Oh, it looks like he drew the reaching foul.
It does. It looks like he drew the foul on Jalen Lewis.
Lewis really needs to tone it down with the fouls here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if he is out of the game, then that is not good for the Blue Jays. And the Eagles will definitely take advantage of that opportunity.
Any player with that talent being out of the game is huge for both teams.
And especially one with that much offensive prowess, and he contributes to so much of their offense. Even when he doesn't score, a lot of it is because of either his threat or him creating off the dribble. 3 by James Perry, and he missed it. Great effort. And I believe it was out of bounds off Perry and Blue Jays ball.
But just looking at the resume of Jalen Lewis, it is so impressive. He has so many records. He's all-time leader scoring in Liberty North and Liberty High School history. And he was the Hy-Vee Player of the Week in January 10th. He had a tied for program record 8 threes against Grandview last year. He set the Eagle season three-point record with 91 last year. And he has the most three-pointers in a career in Liberty North history at 186. Not only is he very talented, his twin sister, Caitlin, is a state finalist in track. It's a very talented family right there. And also, he was a Suburban Conference Co-Player of the Year last year, and he's committed to Washburn University to continue his basketball career.
And a lot of the reasons that you hear all that, and obviously it's a historic school, but part of the reason that he is not offered from a bigger school and not going to it is because he is so short. He's only 5'9", I believe, and even though size doesn't always matter, sometimes it does. 3 by Robbie Hansen does not go.
And speaking of size, Liberty North's Dom Fragola, who set a record for threes in the game with Liberty North last year in a game versus Liberty, he did not go to a bigger school, although he was a lights-out shooter because of his size.
Yeah, and he also set the record for three-pointers in a career, which Robbie Hansen is chasing this season.
Yep. And that record is 121 threes, and Robbie is only about 28 three-pointers away.
And second on that list is none other than Robbie's brother, Jake Hansen, who is also now a coach for Liberty North.
Yep, freshman coach. Very talented family. Jake Hansen has 110 career three-pointer second list. And then their other brother, Cale Hansen, is number 5 on that list with 67 three-pointers. Very good shooting family.
Yeah, must run the blood.
But also a very humble family. If you ask Robbie about the record or any stats, he doesn't really care. All he cares about is the team and winning games. Very unselfish player.
Very unselfish family all around, and he's had a very historic career here, and he will go down. He will be remembered for a very long time.
Absolutely.
And Liberty North has done a great job of getting back into this game. What do they need to do to make sure they pull this out other than what they have been doing?
Oh, well, they can take their time. There's still 5 minutes left in the game. They're only down 4. If they can just get their good looks, get Jalen Perry the ball, get Tyson the ball down low, and get Robbie Hansen some threes out on the perimeter, as we talked about how good a shooter he is. If they can get some open looks and stop Jalen Lewis and their shooters of Liberty, they will be right back in this game.
Yeah, and if I was Coach McCabe here, I would stress to him, hey, play it possession by possession. Just win the possession. Don't win the game with one possession. Win just that one possession, and we'll win this game.
And force Liberty into shots like that as they miss there, and Liberty misses again from 2 defenders. Great defense from Liberty North.
Yeah, and Jalen Perry, tried to box out the Liberty player right there, and just could not.
And the rebounds have been a big factor for Liberty in this game, as they have really won the rebounding battle. And it has showed on the scoreboard.
And there's a deep 3 by Jalen Perry. Does not fall. Great hustle by Tyson Cathy, but is out of bounds off him.
And a great show of confidence from Jalen Perry.
But I don't think that's what they need. They don't need that deep of a 3 right now. Just like I said earlier, they need to win the possession, not the game.
Within the game, one shot's not going to win you the game.
Right.
And although that was a very risky shot from Jalen Perry, I think it is nice to see that he is confident enough to take some of these shots.
Yeah.
Although he does need to tone down the aggressiveness just a tad.
And great rebound by McCaleb Hughes there, flying in and ripping the ball away from the Liberty defender. And Liberty has just not been able to get it going offensively here. There's a shot by Robbie Hanson. He knocks it down to make it just a 2-point game.
A huge shot right there for Liberty North. Robbie Hanson showing his leadership, knocking down that long two-pointer.
And one interesting thing is they have switched Robbie back onto Jalen, and surprisingly, he's got it going more so in this half than the other.
Yep.
As I say that, Jalen gets shot off and cannot convert it.
Looks like Liberty North's Tyson Cathy gets called for a travel there, although Liberty North is not happy about it.
I believe he collided with his own player there and just happened to travel in the ref's eyes.
Unfortunate circumstance for Liberty North.
But a fortunate one for Liberty as they get to get another possession and wind off more of this clock.
Yep. And every possession is huge for Liberty. They need to make sure they take care of the ball. Any easy baskets for Liberty North will just spark a run.
And there, Tyson Cathy is called for the foul as Jalen Lewis went up and drew it, and he will be heading for the line to do for 2. One interesting thing about Jalen Lewis and free throws from that exact spot actually is he missed a chance at 1,000 free throws from that spot, or 1,000 career points on a free throw from that spot.
Yep, of course, he ended up getting 1,000 points.
Yeah, it was just last year, and it was like the 10th game in, so he obviously still got it, but it was just kind of an interesting fact.
Yeah, and Jalen Lewis is not the player Liberty North wants to be sending to the free throw line.
As he is a great shooter, showing it right there, knocking down both.
Yep. It shows his poise. In a big game like this, his confidence never wavers.
And he's been in plenty of games like this being his 3rd varsity season, and like we said earlier, he was starting and taking the last shot for them in the district championship as a sophomore. Shot by Zane Brown does not fall. Great rebound by Liberty North there, though.
Looks like Jalen Perry misses bad on the three-pointer, and the ball goes out of bounds. Liberty will take over possession. Looks like Jalen Perry has cooled a little bit down here later in the 4th quarter.
And I think you have to attribute that to Liberty not letting him get the open looks like that he did get in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and also, I think that he just kind of cooled down a little bit. He hadn't taken a shot for a couple minutes. So now he is not as effective right now. But if he gets back into it, he can be just as effective as he was earlier.
And if you're Liberty North, you have to almost start thinking about fouling, right?
And it looks like Liberty draws a foul on a nice play right there.
Looks like it'll be called on number 35, Tyson Cathy. But down
send number 13, Grant Stubbs, to the line.
The sophomore, so let's see if he can capitalize. Oh. Never mind, they called it on the floor, and they are not yet in the bonus, so they will be taking it out of bounds down low.
But Liberty will take over possession, or they will keep possession.
Here's what Liberty needs to do here. They need to wind off the clock there, and North is doing a great job with Robbie Hanson of denying Lewis the ball.
Yep, and the biggest thing for Liberty is to take care of the ball. If they let Liberty North get an easy transition bucket, that could be catastrophic for their chances.
And no shot clock in high school, so you don't need to rush a shot. And they rush a 3. It was an open look, but sophomore Grant Stubbs did not hit, and McCaleb Hughes comes up with the rebound.
Yep, and a big rebound for Liberty North. As if they get a basket here, they can make it just a 1-possession game. Here with about 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter, that's huge.
And here's about the biggest pick and roll you'll see as Hughes and Cathy. Cathy takes the 3, does not fall.
And here's what we're talking about, Liberty North forcing shots, as that's not a guy you want taking 3-pointers.
And Cathy can shoot, but I'm not sure you want him taking his first 3 of the night down 4 with 1.5 minutes left.
Yep, it's not smart from Liberty North. And Liberty really seems to be having great ball movement here as they try to wind this clock more and more.
Yeah, they're definitely not in a rush here. And there, Jalen Lewis had an open look. Looks like they're just trying to wind the clock out for the rest of the time. But Perry does foul number 23 for Liberty, and he will be going to the line for a 1-on-1.
And these are big free throws, as if he can make both, it'll make it a 3-possession game, or excuse me, a 2-possession. Oh, and he misses the first one. That was a 1-on-1. So Liberty North will take over.
So it turns out being a helpful foul as he does miss the first, giving them no points. And almost a turnover there for Liberty North as they throw the ball into the corner. And now Kathy going to work in the post, misses.
Takes the skyhook and it is not able to convert it over to Travis Turner.
Unfortunate for the Eagles as there's only a minute left. I'm kind of surprised they're not pressing right now.
Oh, well, yeah, they need to be fouling quick because Liberty has definitely shown that they can move the ball around and not turn it over.
And good strategy here by Coach McCabe, excuse me, taking out Robbie Hansen and Tyson Cathy, so he has them on the offensive end.
Yep, and now they will press. So they will try to force them into a turnover, or if they can't, they will foul.
They definitely want to get the ball out of Lewis's hands as he is not the one they want to foul.
Yep. And CJ Purcell playing really good defense on him, but Jalen has really good handles and he can dribble the clock out, but then he does pass it.
That's what they want. That was too much time taken off. They should trap Lewis, make him get the ball out of his hands, and foul whoever catches it.
So now let's talk strategy. If you're Liberty North, what do you need to do right now?
So I would say, no matter what, go and get the quickest 2-pointer. Go attack the rack. Go get a quick 2 and foul again. Even if he makes both of them, I think you still do it, foul, and then the next time I would say that you have to hit a 3.
And every possession for Liberty North is the most important possession.
And the first free throw, he trades it.
And with these free throws, if he makes this free throw, he can make it a 6-point game.
Which would make it hard for North to come back and probably make them feel like they need a 3.
Yeah.
And he does make it.
If you're Liberty North, you can take 2s, but it has to be quick. But definitely take the first open look you get.
There's a 3 by Hansen. It does not go.
But
Great rebound, Kathy.
Liberty North still trying to find a shot.
Hansen for 3. No. They need a shot. And looks like there's a foul called, which will send North to the line. Only 18 seconds left. Looks like Kathy will be at the line with a 1-on-1 opportunity.
And these are big free throws for Liberty North. They need to cut this lead down.
And we were way off on our score prediction for the game, Trey. This game has not been very high scoring in the second half, as we predicted wrongly.
Yep. But it has been a better game than we thought it would be, as Liberty North has come back, and they've done a great job here in the second half. Let's see if they can finish this comeback.
And that does not help them. Missing that free throw hurts them very much.
Big miss from Tyson Cathy.
Surprised the refs did not call a foul that first time, but they do the second time, and that ran off 5 seconds for North.
And Liberty has showed a lot of poise late in this game, as it seems everything in the final minute and a half has gone their way.
Yeah, but they will be sending sophomore Grant Stubbs to the line. I'm not sure he is a great shooter, but I'm not sure you want a sophomore there in this situation.
Yeah, let's see how much poise he shows. Let's see if he's able to knock down these free throws. As how big is could make it a 3-possession game. And he does make it.
It's going to be hard for North to come back now. And I think no matter what, even if you had missed that, you have to go get a 3 now.
Yep, absolutely. You have to just take the first opportunity you get.
And I would try and do your best to make sure that look is coming from Perry, Hansen, or Purcell.
And preferably Hansen, as he is the best 3-point shooter on the court for us. All right, Liberty North inbound ball. They need to do something quick.
Absolutely, and they look like they're pushing. They need a shot. There's one by Michaela Hughes, who knocks it down. 5-point game, and that's the game. Great shot by Hughes. Great game. Great comeback by North. But unfortunately for the Eagles, Liberty does come up with the victory. A 5-point edge. North never led in this game.
Yeah, but even though they did not lead in this game, it was a fantastic game as Liberty walks away with a 52-47 lead. That is their first conference win. They're now 1-1 in conference. Liberty North is now 2-1 in conference.
And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Liberty Blue Jays defeat the Liberty North Eagles 52-47 at Liberty North Fieldhouse. Thank you all for watching.